DC Boxing Legend Podcast. 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 Home of the champion. DC Boxing Legends Podcast. I am your host, Rashid Hammond, alongside Marty Justice. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have the honor of having some very special guests in the building. We had some major technical difficulties trying to get this show started, but we're going to make it. We are fighters, so we learn to improvise as we go. So it's nothing to it but to do it. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have on here Hillcrest, Fab, Five. How's it going, brothers? And I have the honor right now of having on here. Hopefully, we'll get brothers Lamont Pearson as well as Keith Harrison. Dale Matchett wasn't able to make it. But what we got on here now is James McCallister as well as Haru Carter. How's it going, brothers?
Great. How y'all doing today, man?
How y'all doing?
All is well, man. It's great to see you guys, man, on here, man. Hopefully we get brothers Lamont and them in here, man. I think his reception is bad where he's located at. But the next best thing, I think we're going to have to probably go through the telephone lines if they're able to call in. So, Lamont, if you and Keith is watching, I'm calling you, okay? I think we get Lamont to come in now. So let's start this thing off, man. I'm gonna get Lamont through, man. I think my phone cut off. So, let's talk about the days of Hillcrest with the great McCann. How was those times, man, training with you five guys, man, in the gym, man? I'm gonna start it off with brother Haru. Haru, what made you guys come together and start the 5-5, man?
But you know what was crazy is that we didn't, right? I was just, it was funny. I was just telling my wife I came in. I said, you know what? I don't even know when a Fab Five came about. It just happened. People came from like, I remember when I got there, I remember Lamont and I remember McCann bragging about him and showing me Lamont. And he had, everything he had on, Lamont, all this stuff was tight. He had the tassels on the shoes. He was real flashy. I was like, wow. I ain't know nothing about him, right? We working, and then when you get in the gym, it's like people just fall off for various reasons, and usually the ones that I don't know how we just began to mesh. I know James came last. We had different people. Like James came and just was just incredible. Just how he did something I never seen nobody do before, and that was skip stages of boxing and then catch up and then surpass. Like I ain't never seen that. So. That's why he forced his way in. We had no choice. We had no choice with Dale. He was young. He was supposed to have been with the youngest, but he was hurting us. So we needed him. Next thing you know, he in. We need him. And I'm like, and then me, Lamont was already there, I think, and then Keith already, was already in the circuit. Keith, those two, I don't even remember. All I know was it got to a point was we in practice, and those are the ones I'm seeing every day. All the time, no matter what. That's who I'm seeing, and we just meshing, and then we winning each weight class together. We be feeding off each other. We becoming one. That's why we was doing what we was doing, how we was doing it.
I remember when James did come up in at the Nationals, right? James had some tough opponents, man. With the least amount of experience, but he was holding his own out that joint, man. I'm telling you, man.
Great. It was crazy, you know. I mean, because it's certain things you're not supposed to skip, and be able to do what you can do. And James was able to do it. Yeah.
Yes, indeed, man. Brother James, how was that experience? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Keith and Lamont?
Put it on speaker, Rashid.
Yeah, hold on one second, brother. Hold on, Keith. I'm trying to plug you into the system, man. It's been having problems, man. This day one of them days. Hold on. Say something, Keith.
Can you hear me?
Can y'all hear him?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, brother.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So James Pearson is a natural fighter. So when he came around the time he fought with us, he had natural ability. And like I tell my son all the time, a lot of times it don't matter if you got 20 years of experience. If you got somebody that want it and that got natural ability, and if they get with the right trainer, the sky's the limit. You understand what I'm saying? So he was able to come right on there and just right in and go 100 miles an hour. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
So, it just happens like that sometimes. I never forget when Patel Miller came out of the blue, in my weight class back in the day. So, because me and Michael Ward was saying, oh man, we thought we was gonna make it, But Patel Miller came out and he wanted to go to the ground. And we was like, dang, he came out of the blue,
Right.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, man. James definitely was a natural, man. He had that he was like very athletic and very athletic. Yes, indeed. Definitely remember that, man.
Because I didn't even know they ran track and none of that. So all that helped, with him just being able to get in and go 100 miles an hour. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes, indeed. And he also had a competitive edge too. He was competitive. That was the key.
It's similar to like the kids from Harlem.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you got it, and it don't matter what you can't. Some people just got it like that. You feel me?
Fact.
They don't gotta be told. They got that fight in them, they got that dog in them, they got the hunger. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Man, I'm trying to get y'all plugged in, man. I bought this thing and it costs a lot of money. I shouldn't be holding up no phone.
Yeah,
This thing needs to be working for me, man.
Hey,
That's right.
gotta remember again. We got to do it again with everybody on here.
Yes, indeed, man. We do, man. I'm trying to get this thing to work so we all can make the conversation more comfortable, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. And James,
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
James, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, James. No. Yes. See.
Yes, indeed, brother James, man. Explain that athlete skills that you have, brother. Where that come from, man? Athletic abilities, man.
Hey, man, I don't know what to tell you, man. I didn't come from. I came from the streets, man. I came from fighting. As a matter of fact, man, I was bouncing, man. Is that Lamont, man? Is that Bay?
Who was that?
Is that Bay in there, man?
Yeah, that's Lamont. What's up,
Hey,
Lamont?
man, what's up, Bay? He looked like he froze though.
That's where?
We got that long distance connection, man.
Yeah, Lamont down there in the $1 million home.
He got that. He down at ATL, man. Got that connection.
No.
But nah, man. Real talk. If just a brief synopsis, man. I was a barber cutting hair, man, and I was married, man, with family. I was grinding, man. So I went and got a part-time job. I started bouncing at the classes, right?
Okay.
I bounced up the classes for like a year or two, whatever, man. And I got jumped one night by about 8 dudes. And by the time police could get in there to help me, 4 of them were asleep. And I was like, man, if I could do 8 for $100 a night, I could do 1 for $1 million. I didn't think I was gonna be able to do it because you know, I'd always loved boxing, right? I didn't think I was gonna be able to do it because standing on my feet, cutting, grinding all day, every day, my body was weary. So that
Right.
let me know, that getting jumped let me know that, man, I can go get it, right? But
Yes, indeed.
you know, but I always had a desire. I always knew I had natural athletics. I always knew I had natural gifts and natural athletics, right? And so I just felt like, you know, even biblically it said, you know, much is given unto you, much is required of you, right? So
Right.
I knew I had natural speed, natural strength. I had these natural gifts, and I had to do something with it. I first went to raise and keep it 100, man. It was too clickish for me, man. I just couldn't never get no fit, no foot in that raise, and you
Right.
know, it was, you know, it just wasn't. I was looking for a home, man. I went up Hillcrest, man. Hey, man, I don't know how. I can't tell you how the Fab Five started.
Right.
All I can tell you is when the dust cleared
Right.
in every tournament, at every fight, it was us still standing, right? Right. And so it was some dogs in there, right? And you know, Mac had everybody spar everybody, right?
Right.
Right. And so no matter, like, I'm gonna get Lamont here at some point. Like, I'm 40, 50 pounds heavier than Lamont, but Mac
Right.
had me and Lamont sparring,
Right.
right? And so but then, you know, and so you got Dale like 5'10", like 139, and
Yeah.
got a reach like a
Yeah.
70-inch reach. You hear
So
me? And on his toes popping, cracking you, hitting you when you don't want to get hit. I'm saying that we had the blessing of having so much talent in one stable,
facts.
and you got, but Dale taught me how to run.
Okay.
But man, no, Dale, we would run 23rd Parkway, you know, Naylor Road, right? Branch Avenue, Iverson Street, and back. Hey, bro, listen, God is my witness. I'm a record breaking track runner. I ran 100, 200, 400, right? I'm right. This Joker, and I know he fighting 139 and I'm 165, but bro, I'm wide open. You hear me? Full stride, wide open. And this Joker steady pulling away from me. I'm like, man, how in the world? And he got these little choppy steps. And I'm like, bro, and like you said, I got talent, bro. And
Right.
I'm like, and I can't catch him.
Right.
I had to do what the Romans did. He had them little short choppy steps. Dale taught me how to run. I started that real short, choppy steps, like his real short, real choppy. I caught up with him. But they changed you, but there was something about
Right.
everybody. Haru taught you how to protect your body. Me and Lamont was just talking about. Haru would do this double tap upstairs to this hook to the head, double or triple tap to the head and get you to raise your arm. Boy, he would throw a body shot, boy, that made your lunch, your dinner, your breakfast from the day before come up, bro. Hey man, I don't want to take all the time, man, but it was so much in the house. You learn how to you learn ring generalship from Keith. Man, Keith was the smoothest Joker, man. He could measure you. You would think you would be ready to touch him. You couldn't touch him. He was just too smooth.
Right. Right.
You had Dale that would, man. I had a flu one time in the championship of the gloves. We get ready to fight for the regional. I tell Dale, my nose. I'm like, Dale, chill, man. My nose. Yeah, boy, he wouldn't care, bro. He just tall, long, but he made you. We made each other better,
right?
Because you had to stop it,
right?
And if you couldn't stop it, then you didn't go. You feel me? You couldn't beat. Our stablemates prepared us for everything we was gonna deal with in the fight.
Yeah.
Yes,
that's
indeed,
how the Fab Five got here, bro. And who was still left standing, who survived it, was ready for anything that happened in the ring from any other gym in the area. And that's why we kept going to the nationals together and why we kept winning, bro. Because we pushed each other and we didn't take how we pushed each other was not being each other's friends, was coming in there being our best every day. And that made us have to work to find a way, right, to overcome what they was doing in the gym. Because you wasn't man. We'll be here all day, bro.
Man, that's true statement, man. Yeah. I remember, man, all y'all guys, man, collectively always you know, collectively as the open fighters squad, man, was making nationals, and it was always a team. And then all of y'all collectively went pro together too, which make it even that more phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? To be able to do that as well. Now we got brother Lamont up in the building, man. Brother Lamont, man, let's hear from you, champ.
What's up, man? Hey, good to see everybody, man. Hey, under these circumstances, it's still good. What's up,
Yes,
hey, Root
indeed.
Superman?
Yes,
Hey,
indeed,
man.
man.
Hey, thanks for having us on, man. Always a pleasure being on DC Boxing Legends, man.
Always, brother. Yeah,
Hey,
so Lamont,
but Rashid, you know, Lamont started all this.
yeah,
It was Lamont winning the Nationals.
yeah.
That Keystone signed Lamont, and
For the,
everybody else turned pro with Lamont.
with
So
Lamont,
we
yes,
gonna give credit where credit due.
yes,
You know what I
indeed,
mean?
man.
Yeah.
You know, Lamont and my father used to work together, doing security, and Lamont was done with boxing, man. Like really about like done, man. Like he was done. And then him and my father just kept saying stuff to him. I guess they was just going back and forth about boxing, and then, but Lamont would peek up and come see us train sometimes or fight. And then next thing you know, I look, man, he was. I just saw that right hand just putting people to sleep. Put it like that. Y'all know how that go, man. That man had one of the most devastating right hands in boxing, Jack.
That joint was so accurate, bro. And
What you say, Keith?
It's called the Cuban right hand.
The Cuban right hand. Damn.
Hey, man, tell Keith to call back in, man.
Hey, Keith, call back in again.
Hey, you know,
Keith,
Hey, tell them use Chrome. I use Chrome.
use
Use
Chrome,
Chrome.
Keith. Okay, try to get back in, man. We need to get you on the line, man, because this ain't working, man. I don't know. I mean, you know, but man, yeah, man, I want to get Keith in because Keith normally get through the lines because when he call in on the show a lot of times, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Lamont,
Yes, sir.
so let's talk about your journey and how you what made you come back to boxing. You know, what made you get that urge again? Because you know you was back and forth. You started many years ago for, you know, from the stories I know about you through Kenilworth.
Right.
And then
Yep.
what made you come back to boxing?
Well, you know, your father had a major role in it. My cousin Raymond Bubble Jackson, y'all know him. I was done. I had just started working for the post office. You know, been 30 years now. So
Right.
I was just started working for the post office. We was playing tennis in my neighborhood. And he said, man, why don't you go back boxing? I said, man, you crazy. So we stepped in. Y'all know. I called McCain. It was a tournament coming up. You know how it go. You got 2 weeks before a tournament. And at this time, yo, I don't want to tell my age, you know, because I'm older than all of them. I was 27 then.
Oh wow.
I was 27 when I came
20,
back.
I was 28. I was 28, baby.
Okay, so you okay. So yeah,
Okay,
I was 27 when I came back.
Okay.
So I took it one fight at a time. And I said, hold up, man. I mean, I was serious too. You know, you're a grown man. You got that grown man strength too. So taking it one fight at a time, finally made the nationals. And, you know, nobody knew me. Nobody went the distance. So, you know, then I had the opportunity to sign really Slim Ali. Y'all know my man, Donald Wilson, crazy man.
yeah.
He knew he used to fight. His old manager was Keystone. So he was a co-trainer of mine. So he hooked me up with Keystone. Keystone signed me. But I just didn't feel at home. You know, when you don't feel at home, it was home, but you don't feel at home.
Right.
So the circumstances, Hillcrest have a devastating, you know, tragedy. We lost Hillcrest, the original, and all the guys wanted to turn pro. So I reached out. I saw Dale in my neighborhood one day. I said, man, I just turned pro. Somebody just signed me, brother. So come on out. Dale came out. Dale was the next one. Got signed. Everybody. Then they started coming in. Then I felt at home. So that's how I got started.
Right. Man, you know, I was away from the sport from a minute, but my father was keeping up through you, man, when you went to the Nationals and won that the Golden Gloves in what, 98, if I'm not mistaken, 97 or
Yeah, it was
98.
98, 98,
98.
98.
Yeah, man. And man, that was a story, bro. When we found out that you went up there and was just cleaning house like that, man. And then to see you guys go pro, all of y'all, you know, I watched a lot of Haru fights. I saw a lot of yours, Lamont. James, I saw a few of yours as well. And Keith, I saw yours also, and Dale's. I was seeing Dale a lot you know, the Michael the 8th Avenue out.
Ballroom box.
Hey, Dale was a beast, Joe.
Ballroom
Dale
box.
was a beast, man.
Sir, hey, listen, that jump still come on too, y'all. Look, yesterday, 2 days ago, on my 5-stick, I just happened to look on my box and to put on my favorites, and I see Ballroom Box, and they had my name. They showed one of my fights. I just missed it, and then they showed James. They showed James. They had James. They didn't.
Hey, bro, I don't know what you watching it on, but I still get calls. I still get texts. I still get calls and texts telling me that they watching the fight.
Yes.
I'm like, bro, you tripping, bro? What you watching, bro? Man, whatever. And they send me clips. I get clips, man. I'm like, man, y'all. Like, what was that? Jamil Wilson, from Philly, and they got a bunch of. It was too many. Robert Linton.
Wasn't him.
And then it was the dude Cobra from. I was on that joint. Yeah, I was on that joint a lot.
Yeah, I be saying, they still have it though, but yeah.
Yeah, that's
you know, they need to bring something like that. That's what's missing right there. Something like that, where the exposure that you guys was getting back then was so phenomenal, man. Like it's like historic. Like the guys now, they got nice venues, they got better venues, but they don't have better fights, in my opinion, that they did back then. The venues now are phenomenal. Like if y'all see the ones that the Maryland Live set up.
Yeah. Hey, who got that? Jeter got that?
Yeah. Tony Jeter got that.
Yeah.
Man, that thing look like. Tell him, Keith. That thing look like the PBC, don't it, man?
Yeah. But they coming along the joint at the old St. E's.
Sport, they be having fights in there too. The Sports and Learning.
Yeah, that's where they do it up there too, man.
I mean, what they call it, the entertainment and sports arena. That's what it's called. Yeah, that joint be have some nice fights, man. Yeah. So go ahead, Keith.
He's still on the phone.
That's out of Lamont, that's just being like the right? Each one of us had, like, remember it was the snake, the toad, the centipede, the scorpion. Each one of them was deadly in a certain way, right?
Yeah.
So all these related us to that. And it was like, damn, well, which one could you say was the best? And I don't know, like you get a thing and Reggie Little was thinking about it at the time. So I never look at it like that as any one of us being best, but some people I want to hear from the from the people that was there. Who would you say? If I had a chance to say the best of
You gotta translate that shit.
Man, can't nobody hear that. Man, keep calling.
Hold on, Keith, brother. This joint ain't working right, man. So I gotta translate for you. He was trying to figure out who would be considered the best out of you guys in y'all opinion.
What?
Man, we can't do that, man.
No,
And he,
Can't do that.
they say they can't
You
do
can't.
that. Keith,
Don't,
all of y'all was the
don't do
best.
that because every
Yeah.
man gonna say the best. You know what I'm saying? What man gonna put another man in front of him?
yeah,
Never.
Hold on one second. Let me hold on, brother. What you was saying? Go ahead, brother Keith. What you say?
Man, somebody please bring Keith in, man.
Yeah.
Keep calling, man.
Hey, listen, brother Keith. Keith, we gonna have to figure out how to get where you located at, brother. Because I think that was the problem with Lamont. Because once he went to a different location, everything went through clearly.
Lamont came on Chrome. He went on Google Chrome.
Go to Google
Yeah, I went
Chrome,
on through
brother
Chrome.
Keith.
Yeah, so it gives you an option to
Yeah, Keith. Go
log in
through
from the
Google
regular
Chrome.
link,
We can't hear you, nothing you
and then
saying.
it has Google Chrome.
Hey, but earlier we heard Keith clear. Remember? What
Yeah, he was on. I don't know what happened.
Whatever he did that time, I guess.
Rashid, we can't hear you.
It's supposed to go straight through. I hit the mute. My apologies. I was trying to let him know to come in. My apologies, y'all. I was saying, I'm used to this thing coming through this machine for these type of situations. That's what made me get the thing because, us brothers with the gray end up can't,
Hey,
how it goes.
Hey, while you on, right? Pick your phone up, text one of the kids, have them come in, and they'll get you straight.
And you might be right about that. I'm gonna do that. You already know, brother. You already know that's gonna work for sure. Yeah, man. So let's talk about y'all professional careers. What makes a great team be able to glue like you guys do? How are you all guys able to be like a glue when it comes to training together and the regimen that y'all had at y'all gym? What kept y'all tight like that?
Let me speak on that. Let me speak on that real quick. So what made us great? I'm gonna be honest with you. What made us great is number one, there was no ego. The egos were gone. We were all humble, and everyone knew their strengths. And we stayed in each other's lane. We stayed in your own lane. You worked on what you had your weaknesses,
Right.
and we stayed humble. We never got into each other's personal lives. I'm telling you, when I say we come into boxing, it was the boxing life. And when we left boxing, everybody had their own lifestyles.
I never realized that. So you said that.
Because
You're right.
I don't know how Haru made it every day. He was late every day.
Hey, hold on. We gotta speak to this. Hold on. We gotta speak to this. Haley Rue was late every day, and he was the first one to leave, cut out every day. He would disappear. You would look up in training and look for Haley and he gone. And you don't know where he went. And listen, no. You don't know where he went or when he left.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was some favoritism, man. I thought he was McCain's son.
Hey, look. All right. So when McCain started, to catch on him, and he was getting mad. So, right. So let me catch you again, man. So look. So
Speaking to the mic, hey, Rue.
I say, Dale, take my bag and put it by the door. Just put it. So Dale was my accomplice. Dale would take my bag and put it by the door. Walk out there like I'm grabbing and leave out. Yeah, man. He get me, man. Yeah. So,
I'm telling you, man, at a young age, like before I laid off, the boxing.
I'm gonna be muted for a second. I'm gonna walk Keith through this process to try to get him on here, man.
Bet.
So y'all brother Dawood, take it over for me, brother.
Okay. Y'all got the floor. Continue to tell your story, brother.
So who we just talking about me? Yeah, sneaking out. So McCain, man, he's be pissed. He did a slam, but well, hold on. Well, Ray, remind y'all. I don't think you remember who came to get into it with Keith. Was y'all there? Lamont, was you there? I don't think James was there with
All
Lamont.
the time. All the time.
Hey man,
They used to get into it all the time, yo.
Keith would come, and he'd be like, Keith, and Keith would just ignore him and go to the back. The McCann would fall to the back. They'd be in the back, in the front, laughing like little kids. Now we'd be in the back, laughing like kids. Hey, I was telling somebody the other day how we had like Dre, and then we had McCann, and how it was kind of like a mother and father thing. We was the kids. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And then it was McCann. So it was like we was raised by because McCann was kind of I had a broken hand. He talking about use the other one. Then I broke my nose.
Hey, Ruth. No, don't nobody on earth know, but we know. Don't nobody know how big McCann hands is, y'all.
Oh man,
McCann hand, bro, like a baseball glove.
Yeah, like catcher's mitt.
Yep.
Bro, the Joker hand. So the Joker was doing pull-ups, bro, in the gym, trying to outwork you at 70.
Yeah, no, I remember that. He called me one time. I don't know when he bet me. You know, he bet me, I think like $5 that I bet him he couldn't touch me in my face. You know, this one I was like a golden glove. I had, my head was big and slim. I bet him $5 he couldn't touch me in my face. He couldn't get me for a long time. Boom, boom. And he did something and caught me with both hands at the same time.
Oh man.
Hey, this got me good.
Hey, what was that joint? He used to do this with the glove, with both gloves.
That's how he got me. Somebody he could bust my eardrum. I could bust your eardrum. Yeah, that's how he got me.
Hey, y'all know what really taught me how to be hurt in the gym and survive it?
What's that?
That daggone spinning in place he used to make us do. Yeah.
Oh man.
Hey, listen. So having to do that all the time, and the room spinning.
Yeah.
You feel me? And then he made us focus on one spot.
Yeah.
And let the spin slow down. And the more you did it, the less spin you had. Yep. Listen, bro, it was time. It was times I got touched, and I didn't want to get touched, but I got touched. I've had two different situations. I had one time it was a camouflage, everything white. I can't see nothing through it. It's like the camouflage the whole time. Right. The other time, all the lights went out. It was dark, completely dark, right? And bro, I'm sitting there surviving, moving, and still mimicking my same movements. But I got that because of all that daggone spinning
in that mirror.
From McCann. So knowing how to be hurt, bro. If you don't know what to do when you hurt, if you don't even know what to grab, until you know what I mean, or keep moving so your opponent don't know that you hurt, you playing possum. If you don't know what to do when you hurt, bro, and your opponent see you hurt, game over, bro.
I see a lot of guys that lose fights like that to this day. Don't know how to hold. I was looking at one of the fights of, I think it was Andrew Council guy, the sniper.
Yeah. He was undefeated, and then he lost that one fight.
He didn't know how to hold the guy when he was hurt. He didn't know how to hold him. So that would cause him to get, he lost that fight because he couldn't hold. He didn't know when he used to hurting people, but when he was getting on the other end of it, he didn't know how to hold or take a knee or whatever.
But that's the benefit of the Fab Five. That's the benefit. We got you. That's the benefit of the Fab Five. When you got 5 dudes in the gym, right, that everyone champions in their own division, and you got to spar them every day, everybody gonna tune you up every day, and you gonna tune somebody else up every day. Every day you getting touched, and that's making you better because it's making you learn how to defend what they did, right? So it don't happen in the fight. It's making you aware, and they putting you on point. If you just got somebody who won't push you, who can't touch you, and you just above them, but you're not gonna learn, right? Your light just gonna shine. But if you got people in your stable that expose your weaknesses, bro, I told you, Haru made me one day, bro. He caught me with a body shot. Lamont said the other day, about a week or two ago, Lamont said, Haru the only dude that can hit you with those 3 left hooks the way Roy Jones could, right?
Yeah.
I said, yeah. And then he come touch you with that body shot, bro. Yeah. And bro, I'm telling you, he the only man, and I ain't afraid to say he the only, and I got a bunch of pride. He the only man, bro, that touched me with a body shot and made me scream one day in that joint, bro. Man, yeah, nah. But
Hey, Hayden put me down on one knee a lot of times with that same body shot.
he put you down on one knee, Keith.
Oh man, hey, and I be looking at him like, dude, dude, you really hit me that hard to the body?
But like James said, we ain't had no mercy. When we sparred each other though,
No,
we
we didn't. We didn't.
we
But you know what? I like I tell my son, if I'm in the gym with you, like with the way we were, if we're not pushing each other to be great, then
That's
what are we doing? Like we didn't have no cut calls on trying to make each other great, and
fact.
it's like your big brother and your little brother situation. You're gonna do to your little brother what somebody else out here gonna do to him. Say, "Show this what somebody else gonna do to you if you got your hands down." They're gonna try
Fact.
to knock you. You see what I'm saying? So if that's not making you, fix what you're doing, then hey, because if you in there just playing and just touching, that ain't gonna get you nowhere. And y'all know we wanted to go. We wanted to go to the Nationals. We wanted to go because
And y'all remember that day we was going to 96, and after Tyson had fought, we all
Yeah.
met up and did that
Met-
run at what 3 o'clock in the morning. What time did we meet, Bay? At what time we meet up there, Bay?
I don't know. It was early, man. I was, hey,
And the
it was
bus was
crazy.
coming at like 5, and we met at like 3 o'clock in the morning and did that run. Hey, Slim,
Did that run, bro.
everybody
We was psyched.
wanted to be champions, Joe. We
Yeah.
wanted to win. Yeah, man. And put the work in.
Yo, Keith, you were saying something, man. I wanted something you trying to make. I wanted them to hear you now because I didn't understand what you were saying, and then I want to get it correctly, brother. What you were saying, Keith? Can you hear me? Cut your mic on. Your mic's off, brother. You muted it. There
okay,
you
there
go.
we go. Okay, so like Dennis Kane and Reggie Little had asked me in the gym because they always talk about us all the time because I'm training my son over there. Hey Keith, man, y'all was a bad duo, whatever. And then who you think was the best out of y'all? And I used to tell them, I don't know, man. We was just great. Everybody had a facet of them that was great, and it was just like if you could take all five and make it into one monster, then you really a beast. But it
Right.
was just that always, like related us to that little karate movie, The Five Deadly Venoms.
Right.
Now each one of them had a specialty. Like the toad was strong, the snake was slithery and fast,
Right.
and the scorpion was a trickster. Like it was just a so you know you can't say which one of them was better because
Right.
they was always vicious.
Right.
So it's just their own certain way. It's their own fight style. So um, that's just how we was. It really. I don't know. I was telling Little than the same thing. Like I couldn't really say who was one of the best, but I mean, everything that each one of us do, I really got a favorite to what that person is best at. I'm like, man, you know, Lamont right hand, hit me with that hook up to the head and then catch me with that body shot.
Mhm.
Like, I mean, it's just signature things.
All of y'all had, one thing about having a good team like that. That's why,
Yeah.
when I first got back coming around boxing, that was one of the things that I missed, right? That I noticed wasn't there in gyms. All the gyms I've been around was that team effort. It wasn't no one man show. You know what I'm saying? And that's how our squad was the same way as juniors.
Right,
We all worked one band, one sound. All of us
right,
worked together and made each other better. So when I got to seeing different gyms, like they just focus on this one person or that one person or that one person, I'm like, man, I'm used to, man, we coming out, it's 8 of us, 7 of us gonna win something, man. We gonna win it all. That's what make a good trainer in my eyes was the team. And that's what
right.
defined to me personally was what McCann did for you guys. And and that's how we was on our time frame as a younger guys. We would
Right.
go and literally win everything. Now, and I'm gonna
Right.
tell you,
Well, see, I'm
Nestor
gonna tell
and Hillcrest got that now. When I look at all of these young guys, these pros, they got a mob of them, and them dudes is all of them. He got like 5 undefeated professional fighters, so he's still
yeah,
bringing that tradition back to this day. But I've been around the other gyms. I ain't been seeing out headbangers do it, but it's some other gyms I've been to that was not that, and other gyms they are doing that. But it's a lot of gyms that when I first came back that wasn't, but they starting to work on it now. So
Hey, Rasheed, you know what I miss and love? I love when other gyms will come to our gym to spar.
oh yeah, yes
Hey,
indeed.
hey, listen, man, the work that was put in, bro.
Yeah,
How our youngers at each division would handle? We just separated, right? But you
yeah.
know what they would do that would piss me off? I'm gonna keep it 100. They would put a bigger man in with a smaller man, right?
Okay,
And then try to roughhouse, right? That's when she could see we went from Bay at 132 to me at 165.
okay.
And whenever they try to put in a big man with one of our smaller men, yeah, coach, glove me up. Nah,
Right.
you don't go on
I ain't
crazy.
like that. Yeah,
I'm the
that's
big
right.
man in this house. Nah, you
I'm the
you don't
big
go on
girl. That's
crazy.
right. That's
You
right.
ain't, you ain't yeah, because it's my house. You ain't
That's right.
putting a hand on but you
Yeah,
gonna see what it's
that's
like to
right.
get bullied. Yeah.
Yep.
Nah, love them days, man.
Yeah, yeah.
but you know what? You know what too? That pushed us a lot too, especially when we had first started. Like, see, we always see because we was around the same time as Lil Sean and James Baker Chop Chop, and they
Yeah.
had they full, and
Yeah.
we had us, right?
Yep.
And we was always like I remember Dale always fighting James Baker, or he fought James Baker a couple times, and fought Chop Chop a couple times, and
Him and
you
Daoud
know
fought too. Daoud fought. Him
Right,
and Daoud fought.
exactly. So semifinals.
Yeah.
for me, like when she like Sean and them all, they was ranked number 2 and all that at the Bacon them was ranked number 2 and number 1 and all of this. And Chop Chop with one our first nationals in
Yep.
'95. Chop Chop won the
In the
joint,
Golden Gloves.
and I'm
Yep.
telling you, he had a star-studded bracket out that joint.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Chop had Zab in his bracket. Hector Camacho Jr. was out
Yeah.
there. The dude, I think his name was Kanito Drake or something from Detroit.
He
Man,
said
he had,
he fought my guy Ishay too. He fought Ishay out there too. Ishay
yeah,
Smith.
he, all them dudes was out there, man. I'm talking about Chop, man, walk that thing down. You hear me? And
Yeah.
I mean, so like, he was a drive for me, and that like what their team was doing was we were similar to them. We was just a few different weight classes different, but our drive was the same as theirs.
Yeah.
That was a great mob too,
Yeah.
and
Most
you
definitely.
probably want to get them too as
Yeah. Yeah.
as a group
I already.
together.
I've been having them on Intervision. I've been working on getting them on
Yeah,
together. I'm gonna work on
yeah,
that
but
probably
man,
within two
that
weeks too.
because I'm gonna tell you, man, I always looked at them as like, man, I want to get where them
Yeah.
dudes at,
Yeah. They
man,
was working,
because
man.
they was already cranking. We was right there with them, but we wasn't.
Yeah.
We was just, you know, getting to the point where we was going to the nationals. You know what I'm saying? But
Most definitely.
so you know, them and Jermaine Fields, they was already
Yeah.
winning. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And
Most definitely.
so you know, I mean, it was just around that time we had came and really, really put that stamp down, and which was from 90, 95, 96, 97. Oh man, we was running the table then.
Yeah, man. But
Yeah.
even though we came in during our time, me being the newest, right, and the least experienced, right. So like they talking about, like who I looked up to, probably who was like the OG was Lil Sean.
Lil Sean, most
Was
definitely.
Lil Sean
Yep,
was like
yep. Most
right,
definitely.
like he
Yep,
had been there
yep,
so many times, right.
yep.
But
Man,
right, but like the year we went, like Boog was the heavyweight.
Boog was a heavyweight.
Right, like Sean Dishman was the light
Yes,
heavy.
man.
The
Y'all
light
remember
heavy.
that joint, man?
You
That
see what I'm saying?
yes, indeed.
You know, break necks. You feel me?
He was putting them to sleep up that
Yeah.
joint, man.
But you know, see, Sean is another one of those guys. Reminds me of James McCallister. Like he had it mentally, like because you know he was like I think he was like
Yeah.
a bodybuilder, a weightlifter or something, right?
I ain't
And
know
he
He
what
came
was
over
something
to
though,
I
man,
ain't
boxing.
know
but he
what
was,
Dishman
man,
did, bro. But Dishman can hit, bro.
Yeah,
He
listen.
was. I'm telling you
he
what I
could
know.
hit. He wanted
He was like. I know he did like some kind of weightlifting, some kind of He did some kind of I think he worked
man,
at a gym and he trained and he did like a
called him
lot of.
White Wheel.
Man,
Mm-hmm.
when
Yeah,
I tell you, he was like he took his natural strength abilities and honed it into
Yeah,
boxing. And I'm telling you, he was knocking everything. When he touched you, you was going out. So
yeah.
going out, man.
he had that
Yeah,
strength, and it was because
yeah,
he was into weightlifting. He was into real heavy. Like that's why he had a physique. Like he had. Remember, if you
yeah. He
remember,
was solid though. He was solid,
he was
bro.
cut.
Yeah,
So 'cause,
Yeah.
like I found out, that he was like a weight trainer, and then he did like weightlifting a lot. So
yeah,
that's where the strength came from. And then
yeah.
when he came to boxing and mellowed it out, but he still had that weightlifting strength. When he
Yeah,
touched you
he was
going.
cracking, yo. He was one of the
So
shit, man.
Yeah.
with him. Same thing, man. He had that will to win. One thing about him, he had that drive too. And
Yeah,
it's just certain people that really don't need a whole bunch of arms to fight, so don't need no whole pedigree to be
yeah.
like great. Like it just is what it is.
They got
That's the funny thing about boxing.
they have that competitive edge, that natural
Exactly.
competitive edge.
But that's
That
the
that
thing
you
about
know.
being gifted, though, man.
Yeah, it is. It
If
is.
you when you got a gift, I'm just grateful that I came to a stable that had great talent all around it, man,
Most
and
definitely.
dudes that really wanted it, and it was about that work, and they made your level rise, man. And so,
Yes, indeed.
yeah, I really appreciate it. But
Man,
just
you could just
like y'all remember like the Mayor's Cup,
yeah.
right,
Ooh.
exactly,
Yeah.
I remember I was at we was at Bird Stadium, right?
At Howard. Yep.
Yeah, but Howard,
Howard,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, and then everybody would bring them teams, so it's cool because at a stable like this and everybody winning, so you fighting with your stable a lot, right? Because the city choose you because you recognize as one of the greatest or the best in the city. So
Right.
it's cool. So just like I said, Sean Johnson, like the OG. So
Yeah.
like I forget what year it was, 97 or 98. They had a Marine, bro, and I had a bye the first night. And I went and looked at so the Marine knocked his man out in the first round.
Uh-huh.
Middleweight, bro. I went and looked at
Bracket.
Bracket.
at the bracket sheet for the next day. It was me and him the next day. Hey, bro. Hey, Mac. I need you to open the gym, bro. What not? I will not be next on your hit list, cuz. Right.
That's right.
I ain't gonna talk your head off, but I knocked him out.
No, you good, brother. You
No,
good.
no, no,
Man,
no,
I
no,
wanna
no.
hear them stories.
I put him to sleep in the second round.
That's
Yeah,
right. That's
yeah,
right.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
right. That's
And
right.
then it was the dude from Philly. But when I won the joint, who I was looking for was Sean Johnson. Because
Yeah.
he the OG, right?
He was
You know,
always,
man,
man, like the
I'm new, right?
captain
And
of the team,
yeah, I'm
man.
like,
He guided us all in them tournaments,
you
man,
gotta
for sure,
represent,
man.
man. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Because he
Man, I'm gonna
96.
tell
Let me say this
I'm gonna
right
tell
fast.
you the Go ahead.
In 96, he taught me all the tricks of the trades. And it was like, listen, let me tell you something, Steve. Don't go here trying to pressure yourself to make no weight. The Golden Gloves ain't like them other tournaments. Well, I said, huh? He said, don't focus on making weight to the championship.
Yep.
Man, he should have told me that, though. I jumped on
Hey,
this.
by the time we hit, I think it was a couple of years later, 98, he had to
Yeah.
weigh in every day, yo.
Oh, you had
I
to
had to
make it
fight
there.
every day.
Wow. Because they was
I
like,
was
they
in
let me
Biloxi,
go.
Mississippi. Right after I fought, I ate, then I went to the beach and I ran.
Okay.
knowing that joint messed your calves up,
Yeah.
I was tight. It was crazy. So I
Yeah.
fought every day, Monday through Friday.
That's
Man.
that national pedigree.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what it is.
When I fought in '96, when I won my preliminaries, and I won the quarters. It was my first year there, so I won the
Yeah, I
quarterfinals.
remember, man. We all made it. I think I made it to the semis that one myself, man.
Well, I felt like I wasn't supposed to be there. So when I got in the ring, who won that year?
Byron? No.
Byron Mitchell.
Or
Brian Mitchell,
Byron
Bernie
Mitchell.
Mitchell. Yeah, that's my guy.
Right,
I had
right.
him on here.
Wait, bro, when I was getting it, so hey, you remember, man? Mac was rubbing my shoulders down, bro, with Tiger Balm all night, bro. But
Yeah.
but
I
to build
remember
up,
you,
to
man.
build up the endurance, bro, to fight every day.
Yeah, I
After you just
remember.
fought every week to make it there, and then you get there and you win it, and you fight every day.
Yeah.
Bro, hey, bro, I look up to you,
That's
babe.
the main thing. I know that feeling, man, to go fight.
I needed a new pair of arms when if I didn't know if I was gonna win the fight or not, but I needed a new pair of arms coming out the ring, bro.
Exactly, man.
Yeah, bro.
What you was gonna say, brother Keith?
Yeah, man, just to piggyback on what James was saying, man, I could tell you, man, every time I was at the Nationals with Sean, man,
Yeah.
he'd pull me to the side and
Systematic,
give me
baby.
some. When I'm telling you, man, he'll pull me to the side and give me some whole lot of insights,
Yeah,
man.
he was the
Man.
one,
And
man.
then like being that he was like on a select team and all that, a
Yeah.
lot of the dudes, if they was in your bracket and he knew them and he knew that they was good,
Yep, he
oh, he
gonna
gonna
tell
let you know what's up.
you.
He gonna tell you. He not
Yep,
gonna let you go in there blind.
yep,
He not gonna let you. You know what I'm saying? I never
yep.
forget when I fought Robert Linton, and I'm thinking, I'm thinking, man, but Sean came to me the key, man. Duke could run it a little bit. Yeah,
Right. You know,
man,
he's a
man,
good scout.
man, he put me on point
Yeah,
because if he didn't, I would have went there and went relax. But you
see,
know what I'm saying?
Hey,
they need to
You see,
bring him back for that. They need to. Some
you
teams need to
can't.
bring Sean back. Sean is a hell of a
Man,
scout
seriously,
report, man.
man. I'm serious, man. You
hey,
know,
Keith.
like,
Hey, Keith. Robert
yeah,
Linton got a hook, bro, that won't quit, bro. I think
bro.
he
Back then,
don't do nothing. I think he don't do nothing but throw that check hook, bro. But he got a
Yeah,
timing on that joint, bro, that'll
I
break your
fought him.
neck.
I fought him at 147 in 90. I think it was 96.
Yeah, I fought him as pro at Michaels, bro.
Right.
I had to outpoint him, bro. He had a hook,
But
bro.
see,
I couldn't stop that joint, bro.
you fought him at what weight? 150, 156, one middleweight.
Maybe he grew, bro, but
Yeah,
I
he grew.
fought him at
I'm
like
telling you,
160,
James.
huh?
Yeah,
nah,
James. Me and him fought at 147, and he was big back then. He was tall. He was like, I want to say he was like 5'11", something like that. I'm still like I'm 5'8" and a half.
wow.
I'm like, damn, this dude, is this nigga really 147?
I
Hey,
think he was undefeated. He was 8-0 when I fought him, and
brother
Yeah,
Lamont.
I had to outpoint him on Michael's on Comcast on Michael's 8th Avenue.
yeah,
But
he was
and all
strong,
he
bro.
threw was that hook, bro. But
Yeah,
from fighting my stablemates, I learned how to get
You
in
learn.
and
That's
not get
right.
caught
That's
by that
right.
hook. Yeah. Hey,
This
Ru, thank you,
question,
sir.
this question for brother Lamont, man. I happen to
Yeah.
been on YouTube it was about 2 years ago, and I saw you fought the guy for Navarro, Carlos Navarro,
Yeah.
if I'm
Yep.
not mistaken.
Oh, he got him.
Man, bro, you took that thing on him, Joe.
Hey, yo.
Yeah, woo.
Hey, you know, that was wild because
You punished him
he
on
was a
that.
known name. He had beaten
Mm-hmm.
Floyd Mayweather in the amateurs, and that was
Right.
his claim to fame.
Yeah.
That was for the USBA title, right? And the #1 ranking.
Right.
So he walking around the hotel. I'm seeing him. They looking at me. They was like, oh, he gonna knock him out. Yo, he weighed in at like 128 already. I weighed in at 130. I know by the time fight night, I'm gonna be like 47, 45.
Mm-hmm.
I knew I was gonna get him.
Right.
But for some reason, I don't. I saw him I saw him in some fights. That wasn't him. I'm gonna be honest. That wasn't him. I think he took me like.
Yeah, he had to, man. You went to work, bro. You
Yeah,
wasn't playing with him,
I
man.
seen that
You
fight.
you show him no mercy, man.
Yeah, you show him no mercy.
Hey, they say you can hit the thumps. I ain't never heard. They say you can hit the thumps of the punches. Boom, boom.
Yeah. But let's say this though.
Carlos used to fight with us back in the day. He was in the chamber with us. That's why I knew him. Carlos Navarro was back in my time too. And so I was like, man, Lamont beat the crap out of him, man. He punished
Hey,
him.
after the second round, I just started walking him. He had no power. He had nothing. I was punishing him.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, literally.
They had that experience from when you had fought remember when you had fought what's his name, babe? Angel Sanchez. What's his name?
Which one? Where was it?
What's it?
Oh, Gutierrez.
He gone.
Brother, keep breaking up again.
Well, let me say this too as well. All of you good brothers had great careers, but I just pulled up something on Brother Lamont Bay. 14 years ago on September 17, 2005, Keystone first fighter Lamont Pearson became a two-time USBA U.S. lightweight champion, and Pearson retired in 2006 with a record of 23-4-1 with 12 knockouts, and he fought for the WBA world title in Bangkok where he hurt his right hand. And all of the fighters that he lost to was future world champions. All of them was future world champions. So we got to commend you on that one, brother. Joey Casamaya, Mayo.
Yeah, that's who that's who what's her name? Danny just lost to.
And Salido, Orlando Salido, who beat Lomachenko when he tried to get the title, and Salido beat Lomachenko. So, but you have a great resume, great resume, bro.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I said we had a fight. My first fight, I sold like 300 tickets. I sold a lot of tickets. Hit the dude in the stomach. He went down for 10 count. You know how that goes. I was like, nah, no more fights like that. I turned pro. I was 27. I was 27 when I turned pro. So I had to move fast.
Right.
So I was taking all comers. Yeah, you got Tom Mittendorf. He gonna get you there. So the management team that got me there, they got me a couple of national championships to get to the world title.
Right.
So I commend them, the management team, for getting me up there like that.
Yeah,
so
they took care of your career.
They'll get you some fights, man.
Yeah, the punch and post man. What they call him? The punch and post man.
Lights out.
He's a courier.
Where was y'all? I'm gonna start with Brother Haru. Then I'm gonna work my way around. Haru, what was that transition from the amateur to the pros?
You said what was it
like?
How
was that transition from the amateur to the pros?
We was ready. You know what I'm saying? We was just really ready. Like I said, our team, one thing I love about us that we won. When one of us won, we all won. And one of us lost, we really all lost. We really so we was ready, I'll be on. I wish, I noticed that when we turned pro, we, of course we had to kind of go. We couldn't do it like we did as amateurs. We was all there at the same time.
Yeah.
It just ain't work out that way. I wish it would have. But the transition for me, it was cool. I mean, we was ready. I mean, I think who was there? Who did I actually turn pro with? Wasn't it you, Lamont? Was it me and you?
Yeah. That's that picture. That's that photo, I think. That I look like I lost with all them bandages on my eye.
Okay.
I fought that night too.
Right. So yeah. So when that happened, man, we were just excited just to turn pro. We already knew, honestly, that we had the skills because we were in there fighting. I mean, I was spar with world champions when I was an amateur. That's That's just how McCann rock. You know, he put you in there with anybody. If you want,
Anybody.
you was
Man,
gonna.
he put me in there with Segundo Mercado one time.
Hey, yeah,
I
Alfred.
didn't even know.
Hey,
No, Mr. Magic.
Hey,
Mr.
let me
Magic.
tell y'all. Hey, let me tell y'all. I didn't play that. I didn't play that. You ain't put me in there with nobody 160, James. Hold on.
Hey, do
So
y'all
y'all,
remember
I
that?
thought about that. Hold on,
Hey,
I
do you
thought
remember
about
that?
that. He put you in there with me, right? And y'all noticed, and I was thinking when you guys were interviewing earlier, he had no experience. He was just athletic and strong with no experience. So he didn't know how to go soft.
right.
Right.
He hit me one time, Slim. He hit me one time. I stopped. Hey man, stop. I crawled up under the ropes. I got out of there.
Yeah.
Me
And I ain't
too.
no quitter. That was
Hey,
smart. I'm like, man, this
hey,
dude.
hey,
I'm
she,
like, dang, James,
hey,
I'm 47, man.
Yeah.
she. Hey, Lamont didn't do a round with me, bro. I might have threw one jab or two jabs, bro. Hey,
I said, man, get this little rookie out of here, man. He got me in there
put
with
his
a
foot.
rookie, 20 pounds heavier than me.
Hey,
Wham!
James.
And go like that.
Hey,
Two
she. He put his foot. He stepped out the ring. He stepped out the ring, jumped off the ring post, took his glove off, said, "I'm done." I ain't.
Hey.
And he never got back in the ring with me, bro.
He's a smart man. He's a
Hey
smart
man, you
man.
was hey James, you was solid though, man. You was solid, Joe. You was
Man,
solid,
solid
dog.
muscle, man. Yeah, man. You was
And,
solid muscle back then, man.
and
man.
already an athlete. I remember the first. You know, I was the first person he ever saw me. Soon as when he got to the gym, the first person McCann put him there.
With
McCann
you.
Dan would do that a lot with me. I knew how to be patient. Like, if a dude be hard, I get mad. I'm gonna work with him.
Yeah.
I could not believe how this dude how he was hitting. Like, for a first coming, he was hitting. Oh,
Yeah. He cracked, man. Because
yeah.
we had a knockout. It was all of us did have that one I went to. I remember it so much because it was my last one was with y'all guys. And it was a knockout fest out there, that one, man. It's like everybody was having a contest, a knockout contest, man.
Hey man, we not dropping no names, but Haru the only person that made me apologize for hitting somebody. You remember that, Haru? I'm not gonna tell it. He was out of our gym. You made me
Hey,
apologize.
Rashid, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go to your question. Oh, go ahead. I'm gonna go to your question. You said the transition from amateur to pros, right?
How was that for you?
I think in the amateur back then we were using 10-ounce gloves. I think it was a 10 or
10 ounce.
using 10-ounce gloves.
Yep.
So we trained with 16-ounce, but them 8-ounce is no joke. If your defense wasn't tight,
Yeah.
if your defense wasn't tight, you were gonna be a gunner. So
And no head
the
gear too.
transition for me, huh?
And no head gear too. 8 ounce, no head gear.
And no headgear.
Yeah.
So the transition with me, it was great because I figured out early that it's not about the amateur style getting the points. It's more about placing and making every shot count.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Changing the velocity of your shots.
Right.
Some of them, and being an element of surprise is really what knocks people out.
That's
right.
You throw two small shots, 3 heavy, combination, mix them up. So I'm gonna tell y'all probably never known this, but I used to train so hard. Y'all say, man, they training so hard. Yo, I was scared to be out of shape.
Yeah, I'm hip.
Me too. Yeah.
I was scared to be out of shape. If anything, I'm gonna be in shape.
Yeah,
so
I'm hip,
that's
man.
my take on the transition.
Yeah.
Being in shape, defense, and placing your shots better.
Wow. That's that's something that I'm gonna make sure I clip that right and put that on the thing because I want the youngers to learn that formula. How simple when they come over, they already add that to when they go pro, they will remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
What was that transition like for you, brother, from the amateurs to the pros?
It was the same, man. Like what Lamont was saying, to piggyback on what he was saying. It was mainly, respecting them 8 ounce gloves And yeah, you ain't got no headgear on. It ain't no, the amateurs, you can sort of just hold your hands up by your head and catch some of them punches with your, like with your guards up.
Mhm.
And nah, pro, yeah, it's still coming through. You gonna feel it. You gotta, you had to really be, not wanting to get touched at all. You know, it really puts you in that mindset. You know what I'm saying? Because one slip, and like tell my son, because he's getting ready to turn pro, in 2025, we trying to get our pro debut. I
Yes,
tell him
indeed.
all the time. And I put one on my hand. I put an 8-ounce pro glove on my hand and a 10-ounce amateur glove on my hand. And I had him feel it. And I punched him with both of them. I said, "Which one you feel the most?" He said, "That 8-ounce glove, dang, daddy, that it's getting pro gloves that small." I'm like, "Yes." So it ain't, you're not gonna be in here doing this bang bang rocket sock shooting out. You
That's
gotta
right.
be like what Lamont was saying. You gotta have punch placement. You gotta know when to touch and when to drop some dynamite. When it's open, you gotta really, really be methodical because you can't. It's pro. That's what differentiates pro and the amateur. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So
Can't waste shots.
yeah.
All right, brother James, I'm gonna ask you the same question, man, and then we gonna close it out, man. And this what we gonna do, brothers. We gonna reschedule this because we got to get Dale on here, man.
We got to get Hatchet in here.
Get
Man,
Dale on here,
We got
man.
to get Hatchet in here,
Man,
man.
we got to get Dale on here.
hey, look, my bad.
I don't know if y'all really know. See, I didn't turn pro with everybody. I came back to Keystone.
Right.
I was actually in Annapolis sparring with Keith Holmes every day.
Okay,
Mhm.
wow.
Right. I was trying to sign with James Morton. Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
wow.
And so I had a connect there, and I was working on it. And still to this day, bro, Keith the hardest hitting middleweight I ever been hit by.
Man,
Bro.
he hit like a
That,
truck. I
that,
heard, man.
Yeah.
I was told the
He
same
is
thing,
very
yo.
different,
but
man.
but for me, I had the advantage of being going to the nationals a few times, and
Mhm.
where else was me as a middleweight gonna get? There was nowhere else in the world I could get that kind of work from, that kind of experience from. I had the WBC and the WBA middleweight champions in my hometown. I had Keith
True
Holm and
statement.
William Joppy here at the
Mhm.
same time.
Same time.
That's
That's
right.
good
You know what I
work.
mean? And so
That's right.
so I didn't run from work. I ran to the work. You feel me?
Mhm.
I was where else was I gonna get that kind of experience?
True
So
statement.
so for me, you know, you got to get everything done in 3 rounds in amateur, right? And
Mhm.
so they do a lot of pity patter. For me, my jab and movement and ring generalship became real. But I really learned that in the ring with Keith and Jock,
With them
right?
pros, yeah.
And their timing. I learned how to really pick my shots.
Right.
Um, 160 and up, you fight 10-ounce gloves, right?
Mhm.
Mhm.
So 156 and under, they do 8-ounce, right?
True
So
Mhm.
statement.
so the 10-ounce gloves, it was smaller, right? It was smaller than what we fought in amateur. What was it, 12 or 14,
12,
12 for
12,
y'all,
right?
yeah. For
12
y'all.
for
So and then the headgear came off, and then with the world champion every day, with the missiles coming, for me, I got my vision got better, right?
Right.
I slowed things down. I got to moving and got methodical and slowed things down. So my eyesight got better. My IQ got better. My
Right.
eyesight got better, and I gained more wisdom and slowed the game down and really started picking my shots. And then I was chopping trees. When you play shot placement, right?
Right. Right.
Ring generalship, um, your jab and shot placement for me became real decisive for me.
all right.
Bro.
You basically mirrored similar to with the Mont was saying. I'm gonna paste yours too as well because I want these youngins to understand that because a lot of times when they go pro they have to learn on the fly. So
Mhm.
it's good for them to know the formula. I never really heard I've heard the formula myself through other fighters in the past, but to know the formula, to hear from guys like y'all that actually done it and that's done it on that level, need to know the placement shots, right?
Yeah.
But this is my next question, and we're gonna close it out with this one. Hopefully, we get Lamont back in here. A lot of you guys, as I noticed, you guys are doing well with your lives now. What part does boxing play of forming the men that you have became today? I'm gonna start this off with the pastor, Brother James.
Oh, wow, man. What part does boxing play? I can talk to you about what boxing benefited me. One, I think we all got to thank Bardell McCann. He was a father to many. He was a mentor to most, and he was a great man. And he sacrificed a lot of his life. He loved boxing. He sacrificed a lot, but it was so much wisdom that poured out that man that he if we had fathers, then he was another father to you. What boxing benefited me, it taught you what discipline, how far discipline can take you. It taught you to be hungry and to have tenacity, right? Boxing is a thinking man's game. The art of boxing is to hit and not get hit. So if we slow life down and make it mental, right? And we think our way through things. So many young kids today are so emotional and they caught up in they just caught up in their world as opposed to the bigger picture, right? So when you want to place yourself somewhere and you hungry for something, you have to find a route to it, right? And so when you find a route to it, now everything is a thinking man's game. So we're not playing checkers no more. Now we're playing chess.
Mm-hmm.
So now
I was
you
gonna
want
touch on that.
foresight,
I just told my son that.
right? So now you want foresight, right? You want to be able to think through where you're going and your route to get there. Now, wisdom tells you what you need to get where you're going. So you know where you want to go. You need to know the route to go, but what are the things you need to add to you en route to achieving your goal? So like picking your opponent, like going from 6 rounds to 8 rounds to 10 rounds. It's not just the what, it's the when and the why.
Right.
You know what I mean? Am I ready for this? My age, my time, what I want to accomplish, where I want to be, the right person to choose, the trainer to choose, why to add this to me. Do I need more wind? Do I need more strength? It's the life is a thinking man's game. If we don't take the time to think through, so it's the background work. It's the background. We want to rush everything. We want everything is microwave. We want everything we want, and we want it today. But the route to get it, most of us that have become successful, we became successful through our failures, and through each failure and through each loss, we learned, and we made, and the learning lesson. We learned the lesson. If you learn the lesson, then you won't repeat the same mistake.
Facts.
The fewer mistakes you make, he who's going to win is the one that made the least amount of mistakes.
Facts.
That was mine.
Now, I'm gonna go to Brother Haru. Haru ain't a pastor, but I've heard him talk like a pastor plenty times. I'm telling you, brother. So I'm gonna pass it on to Brother Haru. The same question applies to you, brother. How has boxing formed you into the man that you are today?
Well, I can tell you, man, boxing really, for me, it might even seem this is how boxing did for me. I think, of course, discipline. Of course, well, first let me start off, of course, with McCann. Like James said, man, it was just, I, he, like I said, I had a good father. I had a great father in my life. I still do. But even with that, he was incredible. Just like a father figure. He was the father that was there when my dad was at work or when I was with him, because, I was afraid of him like I was my own father. But so for me to respect him like that and respect elderly him, respect
Okay.
he just had us in check. Like like we supposed to be. Honestly, it helped us. But what boxing did for me, another thing was the walk around. The feel like I'm walking around with a bodyguard with me all the time really means everything to me. That's just me. That's
Right.
coming up. That was the one thing I couldn't do. Then I became the person who couldn't beat nobody to the person that could beat everybody. Uh,
Right.
that means everything to me. I don't know what that make me, but it do. I love it. I love that I can protect myself. I love that I can pass that on to people that I love. They can protect themselves. That means everything to me. Boxing helps me, believe it or not. I see everything. Like when I'm in the ring, I know where the referees at. People in the audience, I know where they at. I can see everything. It taught me in life when I'm walking around, I see everything. I mean, I know who's walking on the side of me, on the left or the right. I can see it coming.
Right.
That security feels good to me. I love what it naturally does to me. I love how natural, great, anything. Uh, me having to fight people, me having to face my fears every fight because I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know this dude or somebody is knocking everybody out, and I got to go in there and believe in myself enough to know it's not going to happen to me. That carried on in life. That when things got rough, I knew that I can reinvent myself because I did it before.
Right.
That mattered. So that's what boxing did for me.
You know, I'm gonna pass it on now to Brother Keith. Brother Keith, what has boxing done for you and informed you to the man you are today, brother?
It teaches you it teaches you a lot of about how life is and how you got to deal with it. You got to take the punches and you got to give the punches. You know what I mean? And sometimes you're gonna get knocked down, but it's how you get up, how you get back, how you always got a chance at winning the title, how you do win the title again. You know what I mean? So for me, it's a form of life. If boxing is life, and they used to say, uh, and you have to. What it has done for me, it has elevated my thinking. You
Mm-hmm.
know, as far as I think on the chess, I think like chess all the time, because like I tell my son, when I'm training him, like Khalid, when you was a little kid and all that, you was playing checkers with this boxing game. You was at the little. Now you're gonna return pro. Now you're going into chess, where you
Right.
gotta think. You might gotta think of 3 moves ahead just to
Yep.
win. So you have to. It gets difficult. In life, things get difficult the same way. You gotta
Yep.
think 3 moves ahead before you make your move. So it has developed me into that sort of thinking, that kind of thinking, and how to strive to win.
Right.
You know, in everything that you do, in everything that I'm doing.
Yep.
So I,
You,
I can I can thank boxing for that.
yep. Yep. And I tell people all the time, man. People like um ask questions about why someone stopped or whatever. I said, let me tell you something, man. Once you put them gloves on, man, you are a fighter forever. It's something that never dies in you. It's something that stays in you. And a lot of my Olympian friends of the past would be like, man, Rod, even though you didn't go pro or anything like that, you still can carry yourself. We still treat you like a world champion, regardless. And that's a spiritual thing. Champions are spiritual. That's a spiritual gift to be given to be a champion. Like Brother James, you know what I'm saying, where he came into the game late and still had that winning spirit within himself. That's something that's internal, and it manifested itself. And you guys all together had created such a great team for the Hillcrest legacy to continue on still to this day with like a lot of guys, believe it or not, more guys are up there with Nesto from y'all team than our own team. And that show you how McCain was Hillcrest though. You know what I'm saying? McCain was Hillcrest. So McCain and that shows you Hillcrest is a bloodline, but for all of us,
Yeah.
even though we had different trainers, it still when they burned that place down, I was burnt. I felt like I got burnt down. So or they destroyed my own home. Like when I found out that happened, that kind of like caused us to feel some type of way because I mean I love the new gym, but that old gym had something, man. The smell of it was just different, man. It just walking in there, you can smell that big gas thing over there in the corner when you walk in that joint. Or going back with the pool table in the back, man. You know that feeling was and the Golden Gloves itself was the greatest tournament. Just the locals was better than the nationals, in my opinion.
Hey, man, that bond
Was special, man.
bro.
Yes, man. It was special place.
That bond was special.
It was special, man.
And look, now,
Listen, brothers, it was an honor and a pleasure to have all you guys on here, man. I'm gonna close this thing out, man. Anybody, y'all got any closing words? I'm gonna let y'all all go one at a time, and then we're gonna shut it down. Starting with you, brother Haru.
Oh yeah, look, I just wanted to say this real quick, right? Just because I wanted, I want to say this to Keith. I wanted because in it now I want you to know your son is incredible. Right? He's always been a thinker. I watched him, and I wanted. It's funny because my wife and I, we've been watching them and noticed that we hadn't seen them. So I've been supposed to have called you and asked you about him. I never did, right? When I saw him back, we were so excited, Joe, because he's gonna be a champion.
Yeah.
He's gonna be a world champion. So when he was a little kid. So when I saw him back, I was really excited. I wanted to say that, but and I want to make that public. And I wanted to make sure I said that. I've been meaning to tell you, but this, life be happening. So I just been, but I want to say that. But my closing words, I love y'all, man. And I want y'all to know what's funny. This is all y'all. I got best friends. I got different friends for different things, but nobody can take the place of y'all. Like for years, and and it was something special that we all had together. Without y'all, I couldn't be. Never been what I was without y'all.
Exactly.
Say that too. Just that's want to say that to y'all. Always.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Man, that's a brotherhood, man. For a lifelong brotherhood, man. Brother Keith, I'm gonna pass it on to you, brother. Any last remarks, man? We love you too, brother Haru.
Yeah, thank you.
Man, I'm just passing the torch on to my son. What all of us have, been in this boxing, I'm passing it down to my son. So I just want to look for great things through him, and let's go.
Yes, indeed. Now let's go. We're gonna pass it on to brother James.
Man, I don't know. You know me. I can get deep. I don't know what it was, man. Anytime we was together and something happened, they made me the speaker. I don't know how it happened. You know what I mean? They'd all get behind me, and I had to talk, and I don't know what that was. I don't know if everybody was running to the back or something, but hey man, I believe that I don't believe anything happens by hyperbole or just happenstance, man. I believe our footsteps are ordered, man. I'm grateful to be part of a brotherhood, man. We founded, we became what we became through blood, sweat, and tears. So I don't think anything that's worth anything comes without real hard work. And I believe there are lessons that you learn that elevate you to become what you become, right? And it's forged through the fire. We wear jewelry, but any part of gold was made purified through fire. Any diamond that we wear is embedded in hundreds and thousands of tons, and over time, weight and time, is what made diamonds. And so I believe anything that's precious, man, is really hard to accomplish, and it makes you form and reform to become something that you've never been before. Praise God, I'm a pastor today. I didn't get there till I was 50, and it's a lot of life learned lessons that got me there. But I'm privileged that I was a part of Hillcrest Fab Five that helped make me and shape me into the man that I am today. But it was forged through the fire, bro.
Yes, indeed, brother. Ladies and gentlemen, it was an honor and a pleasure to have all these great brothers on here today. We're going to have to do this in 2 weeks, man. We got to bring this back. It got
Get
to.
Dale on.
We're going to get there. This what we're going to do. We're going to make sure Dale is free for that day and make that happen for sure, because we got to get all 5 of y'all on here with a clear service. Everybody on here. We're going to do a 20-minute beforehand take on it, man. So
a test run. We got to do a test run early.
Test run before this thing start the next one, man. Ladies and gentlemen, it was an honor and a pleasure to have Hillcrest Fab 5 DC Boxing Legends Podcast. Peace.
If you're looking for a way to power up your nutrients with a plant-based protein powder, then raw vegan plant-based protein is the perfect choice. This vegan protein is packed with essential nutrients to help you stay energized and healthy. With plant-based protein powder becoming increasingly popular amongst health-conscious individuals, it's no surprise that raw vegan plant-based proteins has become a leader in the industry. Whether you're an athlete or just looking to increase your daily protein intake, this vegan protein powder can help you reach your goals. Visit rawvegan.com. Again, rawvegan.com.